This week on Country Music Junkies, we have a new artist to introduce you to. His name is Steve Rivers, and I'm so pleased to be joined by him on the phone. Steve, thanks so much for chatting with us.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
Well, we're really pleased to be chatting with you. We love supporting Canadian talent, but you're also a little bit more local Canadian talent for us from Campbellville, Ontario, which is really exciting. But I understand that you are currently in the United States. Where are you at today?
Right now, I'm in Michigan, but my home base is actually down in Nashville now. My wife and I moved back about 2 months ago. We're located back in the action and loving it.
Excellent. I would imagine it'd be pretty exciting. That's great.
Yeah.
So
it's really hot.
Can't complain. As a Canadian boy, you can't complain about the heat, though. It gets pretty cold up here.
Definitely not.
So lots to chat about, and I know you have a new CD that was just released, but I want to kind of take fans back in time a little bit to how this journey started for you and where all of this began. Can you take us back and tell us how you got started in the music industry?
Yeah, I've been kind of playing music all my life. You know, when I was young, my parents got me involved with, piano and guitar lessons and that kind of stuff, and grew up listening to my dad's, Eagles records and CCR and that kind of stuff. So I've always had a love for Southern rock music and country music and stuff. And I went to school in London, Ontario at Fanshawe College for music industry and recording arts. And my teachers kind of took a little bit of interest in my songwriting and said, hey, if you want to be a better country songwriter, you got to move down to Nashville, and we can help you get down there, maybe do like a student internship and stuff. So that's what I did. I went down there in 2008, had a really great internship at a recording studio, and met some really amazing people, some songwriters that kind of took me under their wing and kind of mentored me a little bit. And since then I've been going strong. Had an artist development deal down there for a little bit, and put out my first record, Temptations, in 2012. And that was kind of like an introductory album to the music scene and stuff, and showcasing some of the songs I've been writing over the last few years down there. And then in 2012, I met my now wife, Laura, and she's from Michigan. And she kept telling me, hey, I come up and check out the country music scene up here. It's fantastic. And I started coming up and booking some shows, and before you know it, our fan base just really grew, and they've been so welcoming up here, and we've been opening up some really great acts, and during that time I started writing this new record, and we got some factory support through that, and here we are today, ready to put it out.
That is awesome. Now, you just released No Boundaries, your second CD, which is awesome. 7 tracks, 6 of which you co-wrote. So how important is the songwriting aspect to your music?
I think, when you songwrite and have a hand in crafting the songs, you're putting your personal stamp on everything. And I've been fortunate enough to have some of my songs recorded by some other artists as well. So I think, it's important to write your own songs, but also if you have songs pitched to you, I think it's important to record those. They also speak to you. It's kind of, a little way of giving back. So, we wrote a lot of songs for this record. And I think narrowed it down to about 6 that we put on, which was really tough. But really happy with the co-writing. Co-wrote, I think it was 3 or 4 of the songs with some Canadian writers and a couple with some of my U.S. friends down in Nashville.
Awesome. That is very cool. And now, for those fans who maybe heard your first studio album, Temptations, but are not familiar with No Boundaries yet, what's the kind of evolution in your sound and the stories that you're telling on the second album?
I think, with this album, I've kind of looked at my life over the last few years as kind of being in a series of boundaries, living between 2 countries, and, the boundaries of music grow, and, also, my wife, she was living in Michigan at the time, and I was kind of going back and forth constantly, so I think this record is all about kind of breaking down those walls a little bit and just taking some chances and stuff, and I think that's why I call the record No Boundaries. As far as my sound goes, we took some chances on this record. I worked with producer Dan Broadbeck. He actually was my music professor in school. He taught production, and he's well known for producing some really great rock acts in Canada. He's won a couple of Junos, so we've always talked about doing a record together, and just hadn't had a chance to do it. So when this opportunity came up, I definitely called him up. I'm like, hey Dan, I got this guy for funding. I'd love to do a project with you, and he just so happened to have the time to do it. So he put a really great stamp on this record. His musicianship's incredible. The players we had on the record were incredible, and I just think we spent a lot more time on this record, kind of crafting the sound and tailoring it, I guess, more towards my sound.
Excellent. Well, that's really cool. Let's talk about the single "Bigger Than That." It was released a little while ago, prior to the album being released. What's the story behind that song?
There's a whole great story behind it, actually. I originally started writing the idea back in 2010 with Tom and Dakota, and it just wasn't really going the way we kind of wanted it, so we kind of just left it alone. We did like a little work tape on it, and I was on a flight home. I think it was coming back from Saskatoon or something, and I was kind of going through my computer listening to old work tapes, and every now and then I'll go through, my old songwriting ideas to see if I got anything in there. I haven't heard a song in a while, maybe just take a look at it. And the Bigger Than That song came up, and the hook was just like, this thing is just so catchy. I don't know why we didn't, put the effort back into finishing this thing. So I ended up calling them up when I was back in town, back in Nashville, and we got together and just started taking the song apart from scratch and rewriting it, and it ended up being just really, really cool idea, and people were really enjoying it. So, it kind of going back to the idea of the album, love defies all boundaries, and that's what the whole song is all about. It's bigger than anything you can possibly imagine. And,
right.
That's kind of the core of the song.
That's very cool. I didn't realize there was such a cool story behind it. There you go. Excellent. Well, if fans want to check you out, they can go to steverivers.com. But let's first talk about, you just recently, last week, in fact, released No Boundaries. So I know you did a release party in Milton, which is kind of very close to your hometown. How important is it to you to have the hometown support?
Oh, amazing. I mean, my fans and friends and family, they've been so supportive from the very beginning. And it's amazing every time I come home to see how many friends come out and fans that I've made over the years. They keep coming out to the shows and keep giving their support and, buying the merchandise and stuff. And it's also great to keep in touch with them while I'm gone. It's great to keep in touch with them on Facebook and Twitter and social media. And, they're always trying to see how I'm doing and stuff and keeping that connection up. Being away from home, it's really nice to come back and have that kind of the hometown support. So be with it. It just really gives me so much encouragement, and it's exciting to see everybody. I just always feel bad I don't have enough time to see everybody and get to hang out and really connect. But it's great to see everybody when they come out and just to give people a hug and shake their hands and meet new people, and it's great.
That is very cool. Well, congratulations again on the release of your second CD. Now, it's definitely not slowing down for you. You've got a big show coming up this weekend with Mr. Trace Adkins. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, that's right. We're playing what's called the Ionia Country Jam, and it's a huge fundraiser for the Wounded Warrior Project. And what they do is they raise money for soldiers coming back from Iraq or Afghanistan who, seem to get reconnected back in, civilian life again. So they raise money for people who've lost limbs or going through some traumatic events, and it's just a really great cause. And Trace Adkins will be headlining with Steve Azar, Gunner and the Grizzly Boys, the local Michigan act. They're going to be playing. Carrie Lynch, she'll be playing as well, and then us. And it's going to be a great night. I'm really excited for it.
Yeah, that sounds incredible. Very, very cool. Now, fans, if you want to check out Steve Rivers, go to steverivers.com. You can find links to social media to connect with him there, along with links to how to get his music. So be sure to head over to steverivers.com. Steve, thank you so much for chatting with us.
Well, thank you, Patrice. I really appreciate it.